Welcome back, guys, to the seventh part of this series. So in this part we shall cover the front windshield, the rear windshield, and also the side window modeling. Yeah, I would like to make some adjustments. So I want the front bumper base to be in a straight line with the side skirt and also the rear bumper. Right now, if I take this vertex and then extrude it in the right direction, you can see it is not straight. So to make it straight, you have to go to edit mode. Let's just bring this down a bit more, just a bit like this, and then I can go to extreme mode, then select everything, all these vertices at this point, then bring it down slightly like this to this point. I can also select everything and then scale it up just a bit and then bring it down to, and then just to get that roughly. And bring this down a bit more. I have to scale it down. Wait, scale it down, bring it up, and it looks like it's this part that I'm gonna adjust. I just have to bring this one up, select everything, then push it down like this. So I think that should be roughly in line with that. Yeah, so that's sorted. Now let us deal with the side. This is the side window. We have something. Let me draw this part, this shaded part, just coming like this all the way, and looks like it's merged at this point. Then the chrome starts forming shape. So we have to make something like that. So let me go to side view. Before I do that, let me just dissolve this edge. We'll add it back later. Now I can select all of these vertices, extrude it in the right direction like this to match up with the blueprint roughly. I can also slide all of these vertices down. Now I have to select everything here, extrude it in the Z direction, take this last one, match it at last. And let me dissolve this at this point. Not bad. So what we need to do is just take this last vertex, let's bring it down, and then join this one to this at last, like that. And bring it, move it above the black line. Okay, so I think that is done. So the next thing to do is making the chrome, this black chrome that goes like this, or let's say this white one that goes all the way to this point. So to do that, you need to select all of these vertices like this, shift D to duplicate, then separate it. So the chrome stop at this point. Yeah, wait, so it stops at this point. Yeah, so we have to delete all of these vertices because we don't need it now. Delete all of this, so, and then leave it at this point. Now the next thing to do is, I think I would like to Okay, and it also ends at this point here, this black one here. So just select this last vertex right here, and then press WGC, and then slide it until it rests at this line right here. Yeah, then we can select these two vertices like this, press F to fill this way. Now we can select everything and then fill it up like this. Now to get the thickness of the chrome, we just need to insert it just a little bit. So select everything and then press I to insert like this. Yeah, now we can delete the inner face, and then we need to correct this part also. So let us use our knife tool. So do the same for this side. Now we can mark this, also slide this, mark by distance. And now I can slide these two vertices, double G, slide it, dissolve, or match by distance. Then I can slide this edge here and then delete edge. I can also press X, dissolve vertices at the end too, like that. So that is it. Now I like to separate this part and this. Let me go to the top view and correct some errors. You can see we're having some errors here. So let's go to the top view, and then you need to select the chrome and also hold down shift, select the object, then go to edit mode like this. Now we can go to extreme mode, select all of these vertices right here, and then move it in the X direction like this. We can also select all of the vertices at this point and then move it just a bit too. You can go to the front view and then adjust it roughly just to make the vertices straight. So I think that is okay. Now we can separate it. You can select all these vertices like this. Let me circle selection and then press P to separate, just like this. So now to get the gap right here, firstly let me sharpen this corner, add a loop cut and then move it closer just to sharpen that edge. Go down shift, also add a loop cut, move it closer like this. Now I need to add extra loop cut. Ctrl R, press E, and then move it closer to this point like this. So to get the gap right there, I need to select these two vertices, select this one, double G, then slide it a bit. I think this gap is okay. Yeah, now I can add extra loop cut to sharpen those edge like this. So I think this is okay. That should be okay. Also, I need to sharpen this edge because it looks round right now. So what I can do is go to edit mode, add an extra loop cut right here. Just select this vertex, and then let me just select this other one double G, slide to that end, and then match by distance. Then take these two vertices, merge at last. And I can take this last one, just slide it towards that point, like this, just to make this edge sharper. And I'll have to slide these vertices also. Oh, looking for a good reference. So okay, so the next thing to do is just move this. We need to just move this chrome part and select all of these vertices, extrude it in the X direction like this. And I think that should be okay. Yeah, that should be okay. Let me also select the outer loop, also extrude it in the X direction like this. Let me add an extra loop cut to sharpen those edge. And now for this gap here, I can just use the knife tool to add a cut right here. Let me slide it out like this. Turn on subdivision in edit mode. Bring this one down a bit more. Take all of this to bring it down, and then move it in the Y direction. You can also bring it up. Just move it till it covers those gaps. So I think that is okay. I should do. The next thing to do is making this chrome at the side. So to do that, I have to select these two panel. Select these vertices at the edge like this. I can just select this last vertex. Go down or select this last one also like this, and then duplicate it, P to separate. Then I can select those two vertices, join it together. Select all of these, merge at the center. And let me see, I can delete this last vertex too. And now I have to slide this to this point. And also let me see, let me bring it down like this. So starting at this edge, and it came up also starting at this edge. Hold on. Okay, after the chrome, so I have to slide this one out like this. But first I have to take all of these last vertices, then slide it down just to cover up. Yeah, now I can select everything, then extrude it in the Z direction like this. I think this is okay. Yeah, it is okay. Now I can select this last vertex, double G, slide it like this. Also take this last vertex, double G, then slide it to this point. And now I can bring it in the X direction like this. Then we use this one as a guide. GX, just like this. Yeah, now I can select everything like this and then extrude it in the X direction like this. So I think that gap is covered now. I'll just extrude it to this point like that, and now I can now sharpen the edges. I can also add an extra loop at this end. Yeah, so I think that is sorted. So the next thing to do is making all of this. It might look simple, but to get everything right, the right details, you have to be very careful. Let me save this file. Next thing to do is select all of these vertices, duplicate it like this, P to separate. Then I can select that duplicated object vertices, go to the edit mode like this. Okay, so we need to make the thickness. As you can see, the thickness from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. So how do we make that? We can make it by inserting the face. Yeah, so we need to fill up all of these vertices first. Select everything, fill it up like this, and now we need to insect it. Press I to insect. Let us use the blueprint as a guide. So I think this point should be okay, like that. And then we can delete the faces in like this. So now it's time for us to correct this other parts, because you can see it's stopping at this end. So we need to add an extra loop cut using our knife tool to make a cut, just like this. Also do the same for the other side. Use the knife tool to make a cut, just like this. Now I can delete this edge, also delete this edge, and then dissolve these two vertices like this. So I think that part is sorted. Now let me move this one till it rests on this part. Let's take this last one, C, and then slide it like this, and also slide it out a bit. like that. And I also need to slide this one out. Yeah, so let me bring it in a little bit like that. And now it is time for us to make this one that goes like this. Or let me wait, hold on first. Okay, let me just do it little by little. Now I can select all of this face, extrude it in the X direction like this. And then shade smooth. Let me go to render mode and see how it looks. Render mode. So this is how it looks. Yeah. I can also add extra loop cuts at this end just to make it more sharper. Yes. So why for this chrome part, I would like to bring it in a little bit more. So I can go to vertex circle selection, press C to enable circle selection. Then or I can do this easy way to select all of these faces. Take this vertex, this loop, by left clicking using Alt left click, and then H to hide. Now I can select this other part, just select a single vertex, press L to select all the link vertices, Alt H to bring back that other part. Now I can select all of this loop. Same thing by pressing Alt left click or Shift Alt left click. Yeah, and then I can move it in, let's say to this point. I think that should be okay. Yeah, to that point. So the next thing to do is making this chrome part. Now I can select all of these vertices like this and then duplicate it, P to separate. Now I can take this vertex, double G, slide it just to match up with this part. Also slide this one like this. Also, I'll need to consider the cutout right here for the door. So I think, yeah, this is it. So now we need to do, select this vertex, extrude it to this point like this. Also select this other one, extrude it to this point. I'll need to adjust this slightly, I think, and then fill it up just like this. And now I can slide it. I just wanted to show. I'll slide it a bit like this, and we have something that looks like this. So I wanted to position it also. Just move it in the X direction like this. I think this point is okay. because it's not really resting at the edge, just a little bit like this. Then this is okay. Now I can add an extra loop for this other part of the door. Let me say if I'm doing the right thing. But first, let me fill everything up like this. Fill all this up also. So once that is filled up, right now we're having a flat plane that is rotated at an angle. But from this reference, something that goes curvy, just a little bit of curve right there. Also, let's say from this angle too. From this angle, yeah, we're having a curve and not just something flat. So we need to add 3. Let me take all of this and then move it a bit more. Let me add 3 more loop cuts like this, and I'll need to pull it out. So I'll select this vertex or vertices, go to the front view, and then move it slightly in the X direction. Also move this one slightly in the X direction. I think I need to slide this one out, add an extra loop cut like this. 4 should be okay. So this is okay. This is okay right there. So right now we're having a detail. Yeah. So this was a flat plane. Then it came inward like this, and then comes like this. Yeah, and also the same. I think the same is also applied to the other side. Yeah. So we need to add an extra loop cut at this point. Double G, press E, add an extra loop cut at this point. Also do the same for this point also. Now let me add an extra loop cut and move it closer to this point. Also add another one, move it closer to this point like this. Now I can select these vertices, also all of this, and then move it in the X direction like this. Just to get that depth. Now we can select all of these vertices, including the top vertices also. Wait, let me leave the top for now. Just select all of this and then extrude it in the X direction to this point right here. And now let me try to isolate everything but this, and let me sharpen my edges by adding extra loop cuts. I'm moving it closer. Now I would like to take out of this face, all these vertices, fill it up like this, add an extra vertex right here, join it, add another one, join it to this point. Now I can select all of these vertices, extrude in X direction to this point, select all, match by distance, just like that, and I'll need to add an extra loop to sharpen that edge, like that, and then you have to do the same for the bottom part. Fill all of this up, add an extra vertex, join it, now I can select all of this, extrude it in X direction, select all, match by distance, and add an extra loop to sharpen that bottom edge. Now I'll need to fill up this face. So to do that, let me select this last vertex at the edge. Also the same for this. Then select these two, fill it up. Well, let me see if I can use bridge edge loop. Then edge, bridge edge loop, like that. Now let me add an extra loop, and then join these two at last, add an extra loop for this, join these two at last. Now I can add an extra loop cut just to sharpen this edge. Also, now I can bring back the mini parts of the car. Now we're having something that looks like this. So that is basically most of the details around that side. I will need to first model this part where the mirror is attached to. Yeah. So let me select this edge, this object. Now I can select all of this edge like this, duplicate it, separate, and then I can bring, let me just assume this is where the mirror part stops. Now I can extrude it in the Z direction like this. Take these two vertices, fill it up, and add an extra, but okay, wait, before that I like to position this. Go to the top view and roughly adjust it. Now I can fill everything up like this, add an extra vertex here, join these two, add another vertex, join these two. I think it's okay. Now I can just extrude it in the x direction to this point, like this. And now I can sharpen those edges by adding a loop cut. And then shade smooth. So we have something that looks like this basically. So it's time for us to add the windows. So to do that, I'll need to move this vertices in a bit more. So I can select all of this loop, press H to hide, select this vertex, press L to select link, and then Alt H to unhide, Shift Alt, select all of that loop to deselect it, and then move it in the X direction, just like that. Yeah. Now to add the window, we need to select all of these objects like this. Now I will need to select this loop right here, also select this loop right here, also select the outer loop right here too, like that, and then duplicate it, right click to cancel the movement, P to separate by selection. Now I can select those objects or vertices that were duplicated, and then Ctrl J to join. Now I need to start cleaning up. Let me add an extra vertex right here, move it closer to this point, like this. View, frame selected. I can select everything like that, GX, just to move it in like that, just to touch the other vertex. And now I can slide this out, select these two vertices, merge at the center. Let me dissolve this vertex for now. So I'll need to do the same for this. Select these two, merge at center, dissolve vertex. I'll need to delete this vertices like that, and let me dissolve this vertex for now. So now we have two separated, not separated yet, but two parts of the windshield of the side window. Now I just need to select this bottom vertices, fill it up like this, and I will also need to select these vertices at this end, duplicate it, P to separate, and now I can join it with this other vertices, this one right here. Ctrl J, join. Now I can add extra vertex and then merge it at last. Select all of this, dissolve, and also dissolve this. So we have something that looks like this. Now I can take these two vertices, fill it up, dissolve these vertices, vertex. Let me slide this one down to this point. Take these two, all these four vertices, fill it up. Select all of this one to fill it up. And let me dissolve this one now. Fill this one up. And let me select everything here, fill it up. I can dissolve this and then fill everything here like this. Now I can add extra loop cuts here, also here. Take this to J to join, add extra here, join it, and I just need to slide it just to make it look good. Yeah, so that is it. For this one, it's going slant. I don't like the way it goes slant, so I'll just have to move it up by just sliding it up. Now I can add extra vertices to sharpen those edge. And for this part, I'd like to make it clip inside. I'll just have to slide it in like this. Now I can select everything like this and then move it in the X direction to this point. Let me see. Okay, to this point should be okay. Now I need to sharpen this edge also. I need extra loop cut here. Use a knife to make your cuts here. Also at this end, then you can select all of this, fill it up. Now to maintain this curve, we have to just slide all of this, and that is it. I'll turn off matte cap and see how it looks. I need to recalculate numbers. So I think it looks smooth. I also need to recalculate numbers for this. Yes, so we're getting it. So now let me do the same for this. Let me select all of these vertices, fill it up, add an extra vertex here, join it to this point, and I can select all of these vertices too. Let me join this. Okay, wait. Okay. fill it up. And then fill all of this one up too. Now I can add, hold on. Let me dissolve this one. Now I can add an extra loop cut here. Move it closer. Also add a loop cut here. Take these two, join it. And then join it to this point also. And straighten it in the right direction. XY 0. And then add an extra loop. Okay. Yeah, I think that is it. So I just need to sharpen this edge. Take this last edge, double G, and then move it in. Just make it go in like that. And then for this, add an extra loop to sharpen this. Also add an extra loop for this edge. Same for this edge, because I'll be adding a solidify modifier, the thickness. And join these two. Use the knife to make it cut here. And then for this, I'm going it down, match that. So that should be it. So now I need to correct some stuff here. Right now you can see we're having something that looks like this: flat, goes up, flat, goes up, flat. So which is not that good. I just have to move it gently, moving each loop just a bit. And for these two, I just move it in like this, and then shade smooth. Now I need to turn on my matte cap again and see our reflections. You know what? This is confusing. Let me just slide this one out all the way like this. So I think very cool, nice reflection. So now select the windshield, add a solidify modifier, Ctrl A, apply scale, move it above the subdivision, and then reduce the thickness to 003. Yeah, and then bring it back. Name this side window. Yeah, this should be the rear bumper. Also rear bumper 2. All of this should be side chrome. Side chrome 2. This is the mirror chrome. Let me see mirror support. So we're getting closer. Yes, guys. So I think it is time for us to make the front windshield. Yeah. So you have this plastic, or should I call it rubber, that surrounds the front windshield glass. So let us try to make that. So this is how it looks. We have some extrusion that goes inward. This black spot, this black part was extruded inward. So let us try to do that. So let me select this object, go to edit mode, select all of this loop, hold it down Alt, and then duplicate these vertices, separate it by selection, and yeah. So I would like to get the width of this chrome from here to here. So what I have to do is insert these vertices. I fill the face, then insert the face. Select all of the face, fill it up this way, and then I to insert. I think this should be okay. Let me see if I got the width roughly. I think that should be okay. Now I can delete the faces like this, and then add a loop cut here, then press X, delete vertices like that. Now we need to clip all of these two vertices. Just press double G, C, and then slide it along the normals like this. Let me see. I think we need to make some adjustments here, because when I slide it, this part goes down. Also this part goes down. So I can select these two vertices and then move it up like this. I think it's too much. Just move it up. Yeah. Also, let me go to the top view and see how it looks. I think I wanted to move all of these vertices. I wanted to move it in the y direction to just a bit like this. Yeah. And yeah, let me see. I like to also make this part rounder. So let me slide all of these vertices away, just to make the curve more round. Yeah. And let me do the same for this bottom part. And I also need to correct this. Select all of this loop and then bring it up just a bit, and I can also bring this vertex up. Yeah, and I think So I think we're good like this. So what I wanted to do is select everything like this, go to the side view, and then wait. Before doing that, I'd like to adjust some things here. And move these vertices up. Yeah. So now go to the side view, select all of these vertices, and then extrude it like this. Let's say um to this length roughly. Yeah. Well, I think it's too much. Just extrude it to, let's say, this length. Yeah. So this is okay. Now what we can do now is we need to add a loop cut here, right here, and then Ctrl B, bevel it all the way like this, and so what you need to do is select all of this loop at this end, press double G, then slide it, select all of this loop at this end, also double G, then slide it. Then we can match all by distance like this. So the reason why I did that is because if you go to the top view now, we're having some kind of chamfer or bevel shape right there, because you can see from the reference it's not just straight, it's having some scaling inward right there. And I don't think I'm explaining well, so pardon. So now we need to select everything because we're having some gap right there which we don't like. Select everything here, change our orientation to normal, and then move it in the Z direction along the normals like this. Yeah. So now for this black part that was extruded inward, let us add a loop cut right here, and let me see the gap. Yeah. Then Ctrl B, bevel to this point, and Ctrl B, bevel to this point right here, and now we can insert it a little bit, and then go to the side view and then move it down in the Z direction just a bit like this. Oh, I'm sorry, for the insect I'll need to turn on boundary, so insert it like this just a bit, press B to turn on boundary because I don't want this part to be inserted. Now we need to go to the side view and then move it down just a bit like this, GZ around the normals. So I think this is roughly done. Well, I think I'll need to bring it up a bit more, GZ. Yeah, so this should be, then we can shade smooth, and also I'll need to sharpen, or do I need to sharpen? I'll just need to sharpen the edges at this bottom part, add a loop cut here, and then slide it just to sharpen the edges there. And for this inside, add a loop cut here, then bevel it also, and that should do. So that is the plastic chrome done. We're having some gap here, but we need to cover it up. What I can do is fill the face like this, just insert it a bit also like this, then delete the face, add an extra loop here, select that outer loop like this, and then move it along the normals this way, and then we have something here. So I think that should be it. Yeah, that should be it. Now it's time for us to make the windshield. So to make the windshield, or I think I need to sharpen this edge also. Add a loop cut to sharpen that edge like this. Now to make the windshield, I can select this loop here, duplicate it, separate it like this, go to the edit mode, select all of this, let me change the orientation to global like this, and then let me count the number of cuts I have at the top. 1 2 3 4 5 6. I have 6 at the top. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 7 at the bottom. So what I want to do is add an extra vertex right here, and then select all of these vertices, then space it out like this. Only the top part. I don't want to deal with the bottom vertices. That's the top. Now we have an even vertices at the top and bottom. Now I need to fill up the faces. Select all these vertices, click up. Now select these two vertices, press F to fill to the end like this. Yeah, so if you're having something that looks like this, it means you have to calculate our numbers. So if I select all of this, Alt N, recalculate numbers. Now you can see it is looking blue and not black. So we're in X-ray mode. It only works in X-ray mode. You can only see that in X-ray mode. Yeah. So the next thing to do is add an extra loop cut to join all of this. So add a loop cut right here. Take this last vertex and merge it to the other vertex like this. Add another loop cut right here. Merge these two. Add an extra loop. Merge it. Now we need to sharpen our edges because we'll be adding a solidify modifier to it. So also for this chrome that I did, let me see if the so for this chrome we will need to delete this solidify modifier. So just delete this solidify modifier at that point. Now just sharpen the edges. Yeah, add the loop cut, move it closer to this edge. Also add another one for this end, add another one for this end. But now we're having a sharp line, a sharp corner. But we want something round, so we just need to select this last vertex and this one, merge it by distance. Now we're having something round. So we also do the same for the top. Match by distance, and then we have something that looks like this. Now we can shade smooth, and I like to copy the thickness that I have for the side windows to the front windshield. So select the front windshield, hold down shift, select the side window, press Ctrl L and then Ctrl L and then copy modifier like this, and here we have it. So we need to also move it in position, because right now you can see it is laying below the rubber right here. So we need to select everything like this, go to the side view, change the orientation to normal, then move it down, let's say to this point. Let me see. I'll move it down a bit more, and I think this should be okay. Yeah, this should be okay. But as you can see, we're having some issues here. There's a gap right here, which isn't what we want. So to fix that, I'll just need to scale up the windshield. Then just scale it up like this, just to cover any gap you have there. And that is it. This is the front windshield done. So let me turn on matte cap and see how it looks again. The reflection is nice and smooth. Yeah. So let me go back to studio and go. So our car is getting in place gradually. Yep. Let us make now it's time for us to make the rear window or windshield. So this is the rear windshield, and the chrome is also, or the rubber is also similar to what we have in the front. So let us try to make that. Let me select all of this loop here, duplicate it, P to separate, select all of this vertices, fill it up like this, and also I would like to get the thickness of the rubber. So let me just roughly intersect it to this point roughly, and then delete the inner face like this. And for this part, I like to slide everything here, match a distance, add an extra loop cut here, move this in the X direction like this. I'll also try to bring this one back out, move this one back in, Control 1 to switch to the back orthographic view, move this vertex up, and also try to move this one up too. Yes. So next thing for us to do is, let me take this vertex WG, slide it out of the way like this, and as you can see from here, this stops right here. I can't really see what's going on there, but let me just assume. I can't actually assume. You know what? I'll just do something that looks like this. This one was coming like this, and that's a sharp angle here. And this is the chrome. So something like this. Yeah, and yeah. So go to the side view, and we need to also adjust these vertices. Just pull it up a bit like this, and this last one I have to pull it up too. You can also adjust this, sliding it, and also to get the curve here, let me just slide this one out a little bit more. Yeah, roughly. And yes, that should be it. I also need to move this one in the right direction like this. Now I can select all of these vertices, extrude it like this, let's say to this point. I think it goes way more, extrude it to this point. And then go to the top view, add a loop cut right here, bevel it, and move it closer like this. And now we can select all of this loop, just slide it this way, slide it this way, mark the distance, add an extra loop cut here, Ctrl B, bevel to this point, bevel to this point, right here. I think it's too much. Ctrl B, bevel to this point, right here, and then insert this a little bit like this. Go to the side view, switch to normal orientation, and then move it down slightly, just a bit like this. And here we have it. Here we have it. Now we also need to bring all of this down like this. And also I would like to sharpen this edge. Just try to sharpen the edge here. So I can select this edge like this, add a loop cut, move it closer, add an extra loop here, also move it closer to sharpen that edge. And we also need to do the same for this part here. So basically this is the part of the boot of the car, so we need to separate it out. So just select the body like this, go to face selection mode, select all of these faces here like this, see for circle selection, and then press P to separate that like that. And let me add an extra loop here, and I also need to space it out because if I select this two, there's no space basically in the middle. So I just need to select this last vertex, double G, slide it out a bit more, add an extra loop here, move it closer, and then sharpen that edge. Yeah. So now you can select this object, shade smooth, add a loop cut here, move it closer like this, and let's see. Let me select this object here, add a loop cut, and move it closer to sharpen that edge. Yeah. Also do the same for the inside parts. And yeah, so that's it. The part is covered. So now it's time for us to make the rear windshield, just like we did for the front. Let me add a loop cut here, Ctrl B, bevel it like this, and then select all of this loop here, duplicate it, separate it, select that duplicated vertices, go to the top view, select everything here. First, let me match all of this for now by distance, and then let me count the number of vertices here. 1 2 3 4 5 6. We have 6 here. 2 3 4 5 6. So we have an even vertices. So now we can select all of these 4 vertices, fill it up, select these 2 vertices, press F to fill all the way here. And now we can add extra loop cuts here. Merge these two at last. Add extra loop cuts here also. Merge these two vertices at last. Add an extra loop cut here. Merge these two vertices at last. Add an extra here. And then merge it. And here we have it. Now I can shade smooth, and then I want to copy the same thickness. Go down, shift, select the side window, Ctrl L, copy modifiers, and we need to sharpen the edges also. So let me add an extra loop cut here. Move it closer. Add a loop cut here also. Take these two, merge it like this. Add an extra loop here like this, and now we need to bring it in. Select everything here, switch to normal orientation, and then bring it down like this. Let me see. GZ to this point here, and here we go. I need to correct some things here because I think I didn't turn on boundary when I was insecting, so I'll need to fill up or delete these faces, like this, and also do the same for the top parts too. Select all of these faces, and then delete faces, and now good to go. Yeah, time for me to name my object. This is the rear windshield. This is the front windshield. This is the front windshield support. Let me just call it that. Rear windshield support. Yeah. So that is that. As you can see, we're getting closer to completing the model. Yeah, we've come a long way. Now it's time for us to make the rear bumper, the tail light part. So let me firstly, I would like to make this plastic in between the tail lights, the plastic where the number plate is resting. So this is it. Let me find a clearer image for it. Let us go to the let me select this object, these two objects, like this. Hide the blueprint for now. Control I. Hide those other objects. Bring back our blueprint, and now we can work with this. Now the first thing is to get the length for this plastic. So using the blueprint as a guide, looks like it's gonna be around this point. So I think we should follow the blueprint. From here to here should be the length of the plastic. I can't really find the perfect rear view picture. Finding reference is one of the hardest things to do when modeling, honestly, because without good reference you're gonna stress. So what you need to do is select all of these vertices here, duplicate it, P to separate, then select that duplicated vertices, take this last vertex here, double G, slide. Also change your orientation to global orientation. Now we can also select this bottom vertices, duplicate it, separate it, select those two duplicated vertices, Ctrl J to join. You can also slide this one out, this, and take these two vertices, press F to join. I think it is not looking straight from this reference. It looks slant. Yeah, it's looking slant. Looking slant. So we just need to take this last one, slide it to this point. Just give that bit of slantness. Just give a bit of slantness to it. Select everything here, fill the face, take these two vertices, join it, select everything like this. And then this is the insect. The thickness here is a little bit thinner than what we have here, so I just insert it thin a bit like this. Then these two vertices, I have to slide it like this. Too much. Yeah, I think this is okay. Now let me delete the faces I have here, including this. No, just this. Add the loop cut here, delete the vertices. Then I can select these two vertices, move it in the X direction like this. Yeah, and yes, I think I'll need to bring this one slightly in. Press C. Oh no, just move it in the X direction like this. And I'll need to make a cut here. Use the knife tool to make a cut here. Also make a cut. Yeah. And then you can select all of this, fill it up, because from this part looks round tiny bit, but this part looks more round, so we just need to space it out a bit more. Yeah, and now let me add an extra loop here. Ctrl B, bevel it to this point. It seems too much. Just Ctrl B, bevel to this point. Add an extra loop here and here. Just give this smooth roundness. And let me space this one out. I think that should be okay. Let me shoot smooth. And let me select all of this loop, extrude it in the right direction this way, and then RX, rotate it, also in the right direction like this, and then I can scale this in the Z direction. Let's say to this point, take all of these vertices here, move it down a bit more like this. I can bring this one down too, and for these vertices here, let me move it in the X direction like this. Press XX0 to straighten it. Also move it a bit in the X direction. I'm not sure how this is how it looks, but I'm just guessing. Yeah, so I need to space this one out. Or make it cuff tight. I think this should be okay. Now I can select all of these vertices and then fill it up. Let me adjust this by bringing it in the XY direction. Take all of these to fill it up. Add a loop cut here. Also another loop cut here. Take these two vertices, fill it, join it rather. And then let me add an extra loop to sharpen these edges at this point. Also at this point. Sorry. Now I need to select all of this outer loop and then extrude it in the right direction like this, and then add an extra loop to sharpen this edge here. And looks like I need to sharpen this outer loop also. Select all these faces and then insert it, turning boundary on to this point, and here we go. So this is it. So looking from the side view, I figured, yeah, looking from this side view, I figured out like we have something. This part is curved. It is curved and not just straight like this. What I did here is straight, so let me adjust it. So let me select this vertices here, move it towards the end, following the blueprint like this. I can select these ones, move it out, move this one in, and then roughly get some curve at that point. I think that should do. Now let me sharpen these edges, add the loop cuts. Yeah, add an extra loop here. Take these two vertices, merge at the center, select all of these ones, dissolve the edges, select all this loop, select this, dissolve edge, and then dissolve, oops, slide this one, mark the distance, just like that. And for this part, let me see what we can do. Select this vertex, these two vertices, match at the center like this, and select all of this loop, select this vertex, match by distance, and well, that should do. Then I bring back my memory object, and it looks like this is where we're gonna stop in this part. Yes, thank you for watching, and in the next part we shall cover the tail lights, if possible the cover the base of the car, also make some coverings here, and yeah, we're almost done with the exterior. So thank you for watching once again. Please support me by subscribing, and I'll see you in the next part. Cheers.